It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day, I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
It starts with some beer, so you shouldn't have fear. Two garbage guys with facts, but they both still have tact. It's that time at last for the best damn podcast. It's Can Crusher Day!
And welcome to another edition of Can Crushers. We're on location. We are at the Rated X Superstars house, Pat Lupino, as we went to our first ever Shamrock Cup last night. Pat, by the way, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Yeah, that's the way we do it. You're just here. So, first ever Shamrock Cup. And before we get into the details of the matches and everything, overall, what do you think your experience was?
I thought overall it was a good experience.
It really was.
I liked it.
We need to do this more. This is 19 years of running the Shamrock Cup. I heard about it a couple years ago, and we tried to make it down. Just the schedule just never worked out for us, and the English professor has always been messing up our schedule.
Yes.
So we just went by ourselves this time, and great event. I put this like if you're just catching up with this, the IWC Super Indy tournament that they have in Pittsburgh, because you win a belt for the Shamrock Cup, and we didn't know that.
Yeah, it was comparable to that. I agree. You won a belt. They brought a trophy out. They had the Irish flag out there. It was a big to-do. I mean, you said it's been running 19 years, so it's good.
Yeah, it's named after thus Shane Shamrock, who died in 98, freak accident or, just altercation that went wrong or whatever. So they dedicated this to him. He was the MCW light heavyweight champion then, and they made him the forever champion. And now they just do this in honor of him every year. And usually they bring big people in. We've seen they have the banners. If you ever get down here to MCW, check the wall out, because that was my favorite part.
Yeah, they had a lot of big names there. I mean, Kevin Nash, Aldis was at the event last night.
Flair's been there,
Booker T, all your WWE superstars, some of your TNA superstars and stuff like that's been there. A lot of people. They announced one in October, and Kane
Night of Legends or whatever.
Yeah, Kane's going to be there, so it's good stuff.
And we actually stumbled upon this a couple years ago when you saw. It was old WWF. We'll put it that way. People there. Orndorff was there. Hillbilly Jim, Valentine.
Cornette was there.
Honky
Tonk Man.
Yeah, we were there for that, but we didn't stay for the event because of something.
No, we didn't. I think that was the night you guys met Hall and Nash that very night in Pittsburgh. You went from Baltimore to Pittsburgh that night.
That's exactly what it was. No, that night we met Roddy. When we went to Roddy Piper, we saw Hall the same night.
Okay. So
this was something else. I think we had another event.
I think it was a con or something in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, nonetheless, we double booked ourselves, and we didn't do that. Well, we did actually do that we have somebody else covering IWC last night that we'll talk about on Wednesday. Nonetheless, but let's get into the card and the arena. We walk in, and this is me all the time judging. Okay, I walk in, and I notice I don't know how they're doing anything off the top rope. Let's just get to that right off the bat.
Yeah, the ceiling height's way too low, but I mean, it's their establishment. That's where they wrestle. A couple times off the top rope, some of the guys, I don't know how they didn't take down that ceiling.
Yeah, they did a superplex off the top rope. I don't know. It didn't look like the guy tucked his legs, but maybe he did because it was so fast, but he was right by the light fixture too, and it was kudos to them. They know how to work that place.
Yes.
My big beef, as always, communications guy, the audio. The audio was a little rough. The Jumbotron was great. I would move it to the other side, maybe they can or whatever. But my big thing is the audio was a little off. There's times that you heard who the person was, and then there's times you're like, who is this guy?
Right.
And if you're not, like us, there every month, you don't know. So spend a little bit money on audio.
And a little bit of introduction on some of the people, too. Like, some of the stuff we weren't getting because that was our first ever, and we don't know storylines, too.
Right. They really didn't. It was just, here who it is, that's it. You know, there was
Let's go.
Yeah, there was nothing behind that. But that might be on their Rage TV that we should subscribe to keep up with MCW a little bit more. But this is all a learning experience with us at MCW. But overall, you know, we'll grade it at the end like we normally do. So let's dive into the matches, Pat. How about that?
Sounds good.
First, right off the get, is where we come into the audio issues. I got this guy is the Danny DeVito of Eaton and Covito, Greg, I don't know.
I don't know.
Against ROH's Will Ferreira. And this match was good.
It was a good match.
Danny DeVito is us. He was legit.
Yeah, he was in our shape, the dad bod shape. But good for him for wrestling. Like, I can't pull that off. Like, good for him. It was a good match. Short match, I thought.
It was a short match. He had so many others as I just couldn't type fast enough. The Jinder Mahal of something.
Yeah.
Something. Da-da-da-da-da. His shtick was good. His shtick was really, really good. He was the fan favorite. He pulled off a dusty... Well, he almost pulled off a dusty spot, which... Very quick first match to pull off a dusty spot. You know, they're getting that out of the way.
Right. And then a little crowd interference towards the end.
Yeah.
Some random guy just jumped in there and smashed a beer bottle over his head. Like, what? Where was security on that?
Yeah, well, security was trying to hold him back, but he just was a little bit bigger than the security guy, kind of pushed him out of the way, and after that, he went right back to the back. So, clearly a spot that, again, we didn't know, and some of the fans actually looked like they didn't know either who this guy was in the ring.
Right.
So maybe he's a new signee to MCW. Again, backstories. We're gonna catch up with this because we're gonna cover MCW a lot more. If anything, just to go to where we had beers and.
Oh, that place is great in that cigar.
Yeah, that place was amazing.
In that same plaza, that's nice.
So Ferrara wins via outside interference,
And he advances to
the finals.
the finals.
Which the finals is.
A little crazy.
Yeah, 6 men in the ring, and we'll get to it. Another qualifying match was number 1 Brian Johnson against, here we go, Pat, the Hawaiian Warrior Kikoa.
Kikoa.
That's the last time we'll probably say that correct because I won't look at my notes anymore.
Probably.
Kikoa's headdress. You said it's a mohawk peacock.
Peacock mohawk.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It was crazy. It was like a gladiator with like a big mohawk on it, like type shield on his head. I don't know. It was crazy. It was cool.
It was cool. He was really cool. He did a lot of high flying stuff, and this is where we really noticed. Damn, the ceiling's really low.
Well, yeah, because he was jumping out more than up.
Yeah. Kikoa got warned for an illegal object, but Johnson, you know, the whole low blow behind the ref's back right off the get. But Kikoa has, like, genitals of steel because all of a sudden he stands up and hits a super kick.
Yes.
I mean, this was probably the best super kick of the night.
Oh,
I mean, there was
popped hard.
many of them. It was super kick night at MCW, by the way.
And roll-ups.
In roll-ups, yeah. Fruit roll-ups and super kicks all over the place. But this one popped the whole crowd. Like, he hit it, and everybody went, wow. Like, I've never seen anybody get excited that much for a super kick.
No, it was loud. It was a good pop.
And Kikoa gets the win and advances to the finals. Next matchup is VSK, who you instantly said he looks like Finn Balor.
Yes. He came out with the jacket and had the... I don't know if that's the look he was going for or that's just how he looks. I mean, probably...
Against our pick, well, at least my pick, my hopeful pick to win the Shamrock Cup, and it was Scarlett Boudoir. And
Paul.
Yeah.
Boudoir.
Yeah, I can't do it like Paul, so I'll butcher it. And she was the first ever woman in the Shamrock Cup tournament, so that's a big thing. We're seeing women get into these tournaments, a la Britt Baker in the IWC Super Indy one, and now Scarlett here in another long-running tournament. So I'm liking that they're breaking the barriers.
Yes. Everyone's breaking the barriers, and it's great that they're in there. Like you said, it's equivalent to the IWC tournament that they had over there.
Scarlett hit moves on the outside. You know, she was diving all over the place, and then out of nowhere, I thought she was going for a monkey flip. I thought she was a sunset flip, and then what did she hit, Pat? Like, it looked great.
Oh, at one point she hit the with that slingshot. We thought it was going to be slingshot suplex, but she turned it into the Canadian pile driver.
Yeah, and it looked awesome.
I loved it. I mean, I jumped up. Like, good for her. I mean, yeah, you said she was jumping around like a monkey around the ring. She was just hitting them with everything but the kitchen sink.
She's a free agent now. We're going to stop for a minute. She's a free agent now because she recently left Impact. Maybe this is a one-off here at MCW. I mean, who knows?
Hard to say.
But she's somebody that could be on any main roster. She's that good.
Yes.
We did take a little bit of time during intermission and talk with her, and
Super nice.
we got some pictures. As you can see, that's what is the picture for the podcast this week. Us two meeting Scarlett, and hopefully, you know, we gave her the card. We talked a little bit about her. Hopefully, we can get her on the show. We have to make sure all of
Everything's right.
The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, ducks in a row, and everything, because she's very busy. She's going to be going places.
Yes.
So
She might. Hopefully, she has time.
hopefully she's got time to get on Can Crushers. It would be great to talk with her. She loses though. VSK rolls her up, another roll-up victory, but she holds the tights.
Yeah, he held their tights, and Rep didn't see it. Rep missed a lot of stuff last night. There was a few refs, there were a few different refs, and they all were missing stuff.
Yeah, and one's facial features made CJ Sensation look like he was, you know, nothing in IWC. He was just rough. So VSK moves on to the finals as well, and then they have a big announcement. A couple people come out. And the announcer, I would say the commissioner of MCW, and then Quinn from ROH comes out, and they do a little video package, and we're like, oh my God, what is going on? They've partnered. They have been partnered with ROH as their developmental.
They're kind of like the NXT.
Yeah, OVW to Impact, NXT to WWE, and now MCW is going to be to ROH, which I think that's great.
I think that's been there for a while, but now they'll be able to swap talent and get more ROH talent to MCW.
Yeah, because they're going to hold a Future of Honor down here on August 16th. Of course. And we, again, nothing against this because that's our big event. The Stomp Out Cancer. We've committed to that. We have all our ducks in a row to go to that. It's for a wonderful charity.
Cause, yes.
Yeah, a good cause.
It seems like all the independent wrestling, like in the area, like, oh, what is all book on the same date, and then you're torn.
Right. And
or you make previous commitments, and you're like, but not that we don't want to go to Stomp Out Cancer.
Not at all. I mean, we're going to cover that one. As you know, we plug it all the time. But a Future of Honor would be great to go see.
Yes.
Hopefully they bring it back again, and the crowd goes nuts. See you later. And then we come to our last qualifying match. It's a tag team match, which is a little bit different, so there's a different stipulation in it. You have Tracer X, Ken Broadway, who is a self-made savage. This guy's great. He comes out whipping money all over the place.
Making it rain.
Yeah. I said to Pat, he reminded me of Orlando Jordan-esque a little bit. I'm like, he reminds me of Orlando Jordan. Pat was like, yeah. Mr. Excellence, Brandon Scott, which more on him in a minute. And then this one actually surprised me. Crowbar.
Yes.
Crowbar from WCW days, and
You've seen him in forever.
Yeah, and he still looks great.
Yeah,
I mean,
really
he
good
would
shape.
whoop our asses.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
We can make fun of him, but
We're not going to.
He would whoop us.
Whoever gets the pinfall advances to the finals.
Yes.
So you have tension already between partners. Because if Crowbar gets it, he moves on.
Right.
If Tracer X, nobody wants to...
It's kind of like a Survivor Series type deal, and then you get to the last couple.
Right. So whoever gets the pin moves on, and again, like I said, Brandon comes out, taped ribs, because he's injury from last month that he's still nursing.
Yeah.
I'm
like... That on our part, we thought that was a silly move because you're gonna go for the ribs right away.
I would.
I mean, he's definitely injured. Hit the ribs.
The Andersons would.
Oh yeah, arms all the time.
So Crowbar turns on his partner right off the bat. Yeah, hits him with chairs, going nuts. But overall, Brandon Scott gets the pin with an RKO, diamond cutter, stunner, whatever you want to say, off the second rope.
He RKO'd him, then rolled him up.
And then the roll up.
Why couldn't you just pin him with the RKO after the RKO?
Right. This is Pat's big to do. He was pissed about how many roll ups there were.
Yes.
Your finisher should just knock you out, should kill you.
Yeah, you don't need to roll up afterwards.
Right. So Brandon Scott moves along. And then we have an intermission, and that's where we met Scarlett, and we talked to her. And then we were a couple seconds late getting back from grabbing something to eat, a drink or whatever. They had their X Factor segment, and we kind of missed that. Somebody got beat up. It's their Ms. TV.
Yes.
So more on that. If we find out, we'll dub over it or something. We have the finals of the tag team tournament, which has been going on, and let's rewind a little bit because this is where they've had their tag team tournament going on throughout the summer thus far, and Dirty Money and his partner, who had passed, had to give up the tag team titles, correct?
Correct.
So they had this tournament, and it's down to the Survivors against Bobby and Robbie. Bobby and Robbie, a cross between Ultimate Warriors and higher energy.
Yeah, they're definitely fan favorites. They were different. Everyone loved them there.
They loved them. It did a good chant. Bobby, Robbie,
yeah,
Bobby, Robbie.
Catchy.
It was very catchy. This match went back and forth. The manager of the Survivors. It's not the Survivors.
No, it wasn't the.
Yeah, it is the Survivors.
Yeah, because I thought that they Survivors. Yeah. Yeah. Because every time I heard that, I was thinking Walking Dead.
Exactly. Whatever. Back and forth. The manager got involved. Hit him with some boots because he's got cowboy boots on and a cowboy hat. He got taken out, but in the end, and I think it makes for a great storyline, the bad guys win.
Yeah. Was that the one that the interference that other team came out? That was that's a different one. That's
where we're going there next.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going there next. Probably our favorite match of the night. So the Survivors are new tag team champions. Like I said, this is perfect storyline. The heels win instantly, and then you have to have the fan favorites build it back up over the next couple months to get their title shot and down the line win. So the next match, it's Drawlix, who right off the bat, he comes out with everything.
He's
a trash can.
The dirty OG or something OG. He's Baltimore's OG. He came out very Tommy Dreamer-ish, like a trash can full of stuff and ready to go. And there's a no holds barred match.
No, well, it's unsanctioned. First of all,
it was unsanctioned. Yes.
No DQ for the MCW title. New Jack is who he reminded me of.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And this next guy, their heavyweight champion,
because he just won the belt from I think Bruiser.
Yeah, who is, talk about Bruiser real quick, battling cancer.
Yeah.
So Bruiser strong for MCW. And Dante Cabrera.
Cabrera?
Not Cabrera. He's not Miggy's brother.
No, it's not Cabrera. Yeah.
And the Cartel.
Which was awesome. And I watched a couple of videos of them, beforehand, and I loved them going out. How'd you feel about them?
These guys are amazing. Everything. They are dastardly.
Yes. As soon as they came out, there were 6 of them? 5 of them?
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 6 of them.
6 of them, 5, and then the girl.
Yeah. What I liked is, as soon as they came out, they moved all the Shane Shamrock stuff. They put it on the ground, and then they put his liquor on the table.
They put his probably tequila or something. I don't know.
These guys are so bad, so hated in MCW. They do everything right.
Yes.
They do everything right. And Drawlix had to fight them all off at first. And he was doing a good job.
But the number game caught up to him.
Always catches up. And then he just started getting beat down. And then
beat hard. And then, like, music pops. And then we're like, what is going on here? What was the name of the team?
the Black Wall Street come out. And these guys...
3 dudes. Well, the two...
One's little. One is...
Like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
size,
Jay Lethal,
like
Daniel Bryan. And the other two make the Legion of Doom look small.
That, Stevie Ray, when he was big, like...
Yeah.
Those were big dudes. Like, I would not make them mad ever.
They cleared out the rest of the cartel.
Yes.
Besides Portia, which is his
Valet.
manager, valet, main squeeze.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We're not sure.
Wow, what a looker she is. So they cleared out the cartel except for Portia. And then it gets a little bit hazy from there because Portia throws the vodka or tequila or whatever in the ref's eyes, and another guy comes out, chair shots Drawlix.
Yeah, I have no idea who the guy was. It was
Again,
some random.
We think it's the same guy that rolled out of the front row in the first
sure.
match, but we're not sure. And then Dante keeps his title, which fitting.
Yeah.
I mean, once you find out who wins you find out already if you've looked at Facebook who wins the Shamrock Cup, gets a title shot down the line.
Yes.
Perfect scenario. Perfect scenario for this. And I don't know. I think next time I come down, I'm going to buy a cartel shirt. We need to get there a little bit earlier to...
not hang out at the bar so much.
Or just go to the bar at 1, maybe.
Yeah, give us some time.
Right. Those muscles, again, were amazing.
Oh, yeah. Was it Town Bar and Grill?
Yeah, Old Town Road or something. Something like
good.
that. Yeah. But Dante's amazing. He's somebody I could see getting scooped up. He really could. Right up to ROH, Impact, something right up to get.
Whatever. Like, someone's going to pick him up down the line.
He speaks well. His matches are fluent. Pass his name along to Chad Miller and Al Snow. You know, he could be somebody. Then we have what we thought was going to be the main event. But then we actually thought about it. No. Nick Aldis was there defending his NWA championship.
10 pounds of gold, baby. I love that belt.
Stop there. What belt do you like better? The 10 pounds of gold or the red TV title?
That's tough.
I'd buy them both.
I'd buy them both. I mean, I still love both of them. I don't know. Like, it's...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so... it's close.
Chad, our MLW correspondent, has a replica of the 10 pounds of gold that he brought down to the Crockett Cup with us. And his is cool. Mm-hmm. Nothing against yours, Chad, but when I got to hold Aldis's at the Crockett Cup, you're
Felt
like...
the difference.
Oh, this is legit. You know, this is amazing. And this was a great match. This was very technical, no funny business, just a great overall match.
Yeah, him and was it against Dirty Money.
Yeah. Otis, the referee, gets knocked out.
It's not that.
And the X Factor guy comes in and wants to take out...
Was the X Factor guy, or was it the... No, it wasn't Survivors guy.
No,
it was X Factor. You're right.
He comes out and he wants to take out Dirty Money. Well, all this is all about winning clean. You've seen it in NWA. You've seen it wherever he is. He's about clean winning. He got rid of Camille in the Crockett Cup because he didn't want her to help. Mm-hmm. So he stops that, and he actually gets hit then overall. And Dirty Money almost gets the win. And you're like, no freaking way. The NWA Championship's going to change hand in Joppa, Maryland.
Right.
What? And he kicks out, and then it's quick into the Texas Cloverleaf, and
before that, that's where they did the superplex.
Oh, yeah.
Because Aldis was going over the top, and I'm like, he's going to take out that ceiling.
Yeah, and Aldis is
tall.
6'5", I mean, he's a big man.
6'5", 6'4", 250.
All of 250.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Seems super nice.
By the way, no beers this morning. We had enough last night, so we're having, what do we have, a Maxwell House or Folger?
Don't tell the professor.
Yeah, he'll be mad that we don't have El Gape de Sante.
Yeah. He's probably, if he heard this, he'd be running down right now.
Right, bringing us a bag of like
Here,
$500
this.
coffee or something. We're good. We're going to get slack for that when he listens to this, by the way. This is where we call the referee out. Because he has him in a Texas cloverleaf, and I've never seen a ref slapping the other guy.
Yeah, he was slapping the other guy, like...
Dirty Money, he's like...
hitting him.
Like, trying to make him tap himself.
Like, they can't touch the refs. Why can the refs touch them? It was my beef.
Right. And it's not like to check on him. You know, I understand if you're checking on him, you touch him and everything.
Yeah, pull the hand up, make sure it's going back up, or if
he was legit slapping his hand.
Why is he doing that?
But nonetheless, Aldis gets the win with the Texas Cloverleaf.
It took him a while because he didn't have it cinched in at first.
You said it right off the bit. He didn't sit down.
He just half standing up.
Malenko would have been pissed.
Yeah,
Malenko would have been like, "Dude, you're not doing it right."
Yeah, sit in and cinch it.
So after the match, Aldis talks about the Dirty Money because you know the NWA. Marty Scurll's going to pick who gets another title shot. It could be Marty, it could be Dirty Money getting another shot at one of the NWA events. So Aldis says, "Hey, you're in the running for it because you're a hell of a guy." And then they brought Eric Chappell's family out.
Yes.
As
if you follow MCW, he passed, I believe, this year. We're not sure why or however.
Or how?
Too young. And he brought the family and the kids out there, and all this.
Wife and 3 kids, and that's an emotional moment.
Yeah.
It really, the wife was crying. They showed a nice little package, and kudos to MCW for that.
Yes,
they
and Aldis stayed out there for the whole thing. Like he could have went in the back, but
he gave the youngest boy the title to hold, which I was so jealous.
Yeah, I was like, why is he? I'm like, okay, never mind.
I'll hold it. Let me hold it for you.
Can I hold it next?
But great moment. It had everybody, choked up a little bit. I love MCW, if nothing else, for how much they appreciate their family.
Yes.
And I mean wrestling family.
Well, like Aldis said, it was just one of the fallen wrestlers that they were paying tribute to last night.
Right. So now we're on to the Shamrock Cup final, and we'll run through everybody again. It's VSK against Will Ferrara, Anthony Gangone, who he must have won a qualifier earlier.
I believe so. No, he's the guy that replaced one of the AEW guys.
Oh, that's Stout.
Yeah, because Stout was supposed to be there, but they had their own pay-per-view or whatever last night in Fight. Or was it Fight? Yeah.
No,
Bleacher Report. I'm sorry.
Which we'll cover later. We have yet to watch it. One of us has watched it and wants to talk about it, but we're not going to let the other person.
Pump the brakes, pal.
Yeah. Brandon Scott. Here we go. Kikoa. And as Kikoa comes out, Dante tries to mess with him right off the bat.
Yeah, he's just trying to stir some stuff.
And he eats a super kick. So Dante's gone. See you later. And then you get the returning Shamrock
last
Cup
year's winner.
Yeah, Shamrock Cup champion. And he's the MCW TV champion. And he's the ROH prospect. 2019. This year. Yeah, it's 2019, Pat. Come on, catch up.
Okay, sorry.
His name's Joe Keys. He comes out. He was actually one of the big, if you see the poster, he's featured on it.
Yeah.
And I understand why. He's returning champion. So, eliminations don't start fast. This match goes a bit. And let's talk about how the match is.
Yes.
It's elimination. 2 men start. 4 on the outside. Anybody can get tagged in.
And we didn't know that watching it. We weren't sure.
Right.
Watching it. We were like a little confused.
But when it gets down to the final 3, it turns into a triple threat match.
Yes.
Elimination yet.
Right.
So all 3 are in the ring. Nobody needs to be tagged in. But big moves. Big moves. Keys does this. We were hoping again. We're always Tully Blanchard fans. We're like, oh, here it comes. He's doing a slingshot suplex. No. It was a slingshot brainbuster.
Yes. It was awesome.
Marked out. I'm named Mark for a reason. I marked out. I was like, oh my God.
They hit some awesome moves last night. I mean, with Scarlets.
Yeah, great event. First man out is Gangone. Outside interference again from...
I think it was that same guy.
No, this guy was a
No, it's
thin,
someone
bald, stone cold, kind of, I don't know, really skinny guy, white trunks.
Yeah.
Again, don't know who that is, but then Keys gets eliminated. VSK is going third, so we're now down to 3. It's Ferrara, Scott, and Kikoa.
Yeah, and the match took a while. Plus, the guys are super tired from like their matches earlier, and then the guys that had who was the first guy that wrestled the first of the night?
Ferrara.
So he had the most benefit because he was the most rested out of all of them.
Right.
Well, no, versus like the two that
didn't wrestle at all.
Yeah, besides them, but the other ones just had full matches, and this is their second round.
And then it gets down to as Ferrara loses, and he's an ROH star, and we're like, oh man, he could win this because he's ROH star already.
Right.
He doesn't. So that's a surprise on our end. So it brings it down to Brandon Scott and Kikoa.
Both fan favorites.
In the locker room empties. And we're like, what the hell is going on?
They bring the belt down, they bring the flag down, they bring the trophy down, and they're all just
pounding on
the table. I'm pounding on the table, but
you're pounding on the table, which sounds great in everybody's ear, I'm sure.
Sorry.
And then all of a sudden, the match just takes off. This match is, I said to you as soon as it happened, I said, this is going to be the segment, as I do my air quotes for the quota that I need to get in for today's show, of the night. And I wasn't wrong. I'm going to boast myself up. This was by far the best thing last night.
Yes, and I'm glad they did it last, because we thought all of this match was going to be last, but Shamrock Cup was last.
Yeah,
it was good, and it worked out well for them.
Makes perfect sense.
Fans are one side, chanting Brandon, the other side, Kikoa.
Yep.
Say it right?
You did.
Look at me.
It's the only time you said it today, and I'm trying to get around it. The ref is a little insane again, going all over the place.
Yeah, he was making weird facial expressions. Like, I don't even know what was going on.
If he was in pain.
If he might have been like going like heart problems, I don't know.
Right? I don't know. I know it's a simple move, but I marked out for a Snake Eyes. Because you don't see Snake Eyes that much.
No, yeah. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
And then Brandon Scott claims the Shamrock Cup Championship with... he hits his stunner, diamond cutter, RKO, whatever, a couple times.
Keeps kicking out.
So he hits a blockbuster off the top rope. I don't know what the hell you called it. You said something, and I'm like, what? It's a blockbuster. Right. Seth Rollins does it. Everybody, he hits a blockbuster off the top rope and just pins him. So, and then the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah, and that was great.
Everybody comes into the ring. Pictures are being taken and everything.
Well, they both shook each other's hand. It was a class act for both athletes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that match again. One-on-one the whole night. Not the whole night, but just...
two fresh guys going at it.
Yeah, I think it's got to be one of MCW's rivalry matches that they'd have to do again. If it's for anything or if it's for...
Just pride.
A Red Solo Cup, anything. Let them go at it again because it'll be great. So, that's our recap. MCW's... I want to make it a mainstay now. I want to make sure I get down here every couple months to cover that. Maybe reach out to ownership and say, hey, listen, this is what we're doing, and get some of those guys on the spotlights as well and talk to them. I'd love to really talk with Brandon Scott as what this means to win the Shamrock Cup, as a whole.
Right, as a
accomplishment. Yeah.
He said he's been wrestling 2015.
Yeah,
that's when he started. 14, something like that.
He was in one of them.
That's when he broke through in one of the Shamrock. That's when he started.
He was in a qualifying match.
Yeah,
he said,
and then it just come full circle, and then he actually won.
And now he pretty much just told Dante, dude, I'm coming for you. He gets the title shot.
Yeah.
So he's good to go. So. Overall, we rank on beers because that's how we do it. Out of a 6-pack, Pat, what do you give this event?
Oh, I'll give it a 5.
I dead nuts with you. I really am. Because me being technically that guy, the only thing that really brought it down was the mic.
Some small issues.
Some small issues. We really don't judge on the wrestling.
It was hot.
Yeah, oh my God.
It was hot. You could hold butter out and it would just melt in your hand. It was...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Crack a door or something. They had a fan. They had a fan
Not
in
running.
there. And then they had an air conditioner that would probably cool this table off.
Yes.
But that was it. And this place was packed to the gills.
Yeah, no one left. And I was surprised. I thought people were going to leave after the Aldous match, but no, everyone stayed.
Yeah. Great match. 5 out of 6 beers from both of us. So, yeah, I couldn't be more impressed with MCW, and hopefully it turns into a partnership, and we'll see what goes from there. But we have a little special something coming up for you.
Oh, yeah.
As we're going to announce our next Facebook tournament, and we'll take a quick break, do our favorite sponsor, Collar and Elbow, as I wore all that this week and talked to some wrestlers. Pat still is dropping the ball as he doesn't have a Collar and Elbow shirt yet.
I tried to get one for Father's Day, but...
Apparently, the wife isn't allowing you buying anything.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that.
You have to work on that. Or maybe...
there's a special code, isn't it?
Yeah, it's OVW. You get 10% off. Look at you. You actually listen to the podcast.
I listen to it. I'm not like Paul sometimes.
So, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with a special guest to start this Can Crushers Wrestling Legacy Tournament. This is our biggest tournament, and I can't believe the shit that's about to happen.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. 2 entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Randall Floyd, the three-time Ohio Valley Wrestling Television Champion, and you right now are listening to the Can Crushers podcast.
And welcome back to Can Crushers. This is where the show takes a mega dive and just turns to shit because the 3 of us together can't keep one sentence straight. And it's mostly my fault.
Yeah, it's my fault too, and someone's in the background going to keep us straight on our English tips.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome to the show the English professor. If you guys don't know him, he double checks all of my work. He looks over Paul once in a while, and Pat, he just doesn't care about yours. Yeah. He just doesn't care about yours because it's like talking to a wall sometimes.
It is.
Yeah, it's never my fault, by the way. It's your fault sometimes, Mark, and it's Pat's fault, but this going down the rabbit hole is really never my fault, if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, I know. The heel, the most loved English professor, but nonetheless, hey, so you didn't get to come with us on this mega trip that we had to MCW. You stayed at home and did some coverage for us that we'll cover on Wednesday's show. So I'll give you your 5 seconds, but you missed a great card, John. MCW, we need to make the trek back down, and if anything, that topped it all off was, again, we'll give a shout out to Old Town Road Pub and Bar, or wherever the hell it was, where we ate and drank like fiends.
And had nice cigars.
Yeah, the cigars there were amazing. So you missed those too.
Well, I feel like I was with you guys because he sent me updates periodically. Now we're smoking cigars. Now we're drinking. He sent me pictures of food. So I feel like I was with you guys.
In spirit, you were.
Yes.
In spirit, you really were.
Thank you. Yep.
So what did you? There was mega wrestling across the board this weekend.
Yeah.
You had Evolve, you had AEW, you had IWC, you had us. What did you do last night?
We watched AEW, my son and I. It wasn't AEW's fault. The Bleacher Report app, I'm just going to say, is not very good. I had it on my phone. Then I went to their website on my phone, and it just kept crashing. For whatever it's worth, I have an 8S, iPhone 8S, It just couldn't hold it. It just kept crashing and stopping. Finally, I got it on my laptop, and it was fine. So that just sounds to me like it's Bleacher Report's website or app. The wrestling itself was really good. I'm not going to give away any spoilers at all because you asked me not to. I just want to say that, yep, you asked me, I won't do it. Just want to give a shout out to Britt Baker. If she's listening, your match was awesome, Britt. Just the leaps and bounds. She was always pretty darn good, but she was really amazing last night. Saw a move from her. If you want to know what it is, I'll tell you. If you don't, I'll tell you.
Stop.
I saw moves last night I have never seen before, and hers was one of them. She did a move last night I have never seen in all the years I've been watching wrestling. It wasn't necessarily old school, all of it, the whole card. It was new. It was different. They're doing something different, and it's exciting, and it's refreshing, and it's good to see something different out there.
Yeah, this was actually, sidebar for a minute, this is actually the first one that you got to see all of it. Right. You didn't get to see Double or Nothing, or you didn't see Fyter Fest in its entirety, right?
Correct, just bits and pieces. Yeah, I definitely tried to watch as much of Dustin and Cody as possible.
The spoiler's coming. The spoiler's coming. You know this. He's going to say something.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So,
Trust me.
I can, as much as I can throw you. So here we go. This is a tournament, and we're going to give props to the Rated X superstar, Pat, for coming up with this. He gave it...
Rated X superstar, wow.
I know.
I was like, holy Edge? Wait, what? But he's a rated R. Pat takes it one level up.
Think about it.
I take a few letters out.
Think about it.
Yeah, I know.
So... he brought this to us a couple weeks ago, and we were in the midst of our Stand By Your Man tournament. I'm like, this is a great thing. So we put our three heads together, and finally last night, over beers
And text to John.
Yeah, we solidified what's going on. And we were going to start this on Thursday, but we're going to pick the tournament today. It's the largest tournament Can Crushers has done. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. It's twice as many as the next largest tournament.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can do math too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're just a
English,
professor
math,
overall.
He's got them all.
So you might want to move your mic up away from your beard because
It's rubbing a little bit.
Scratching a little bit.
I think it's chewing gum.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is called the Can Crushers Wrestling Legacy Tournament, and it is multi-generational wrestlers, correct?
Second, third generation wrestlers. Everybody that you know and love, and some that you probably don't know. Not too many. Mostly.
Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, a few.
There's some that aren't in there. Obviously, we can't include everybody. But one thing, and I'm going to throw you under the bus here, Mark. One thing Mark didn't understand is that there can be a third-generation wrestler without the second generation in between. For example, The Rock. Obviously, I'm going to give a spoiler. He made his way into this. He's a third-generation wrestler. Rocky Johnson is not a second-generation wrestler because it's The Rock's maternal grandfather. So it goes the High Chief, Rocky Johnson, and The Rock, but that doesn't make The Rock a second generation. Just like the British Bulldog is not a second generation just because his son Harry's a third generation. Harry's third generation through his grandfather, through his mother's dad.
Right, both
So
sides.
I just want to clear that up. What constitutes a second-generation wrestler?
That's why we changed it to multi-generational wrestler. Instead of this baloney that you wanted. You just want it to be father-son. No mothers and that's it.
Yeah.
You're just...
No other relatives.
And we're like, screw this. We get 5 people in it then. No. You were so against us last night.
Because you guys don't understand how things work. But anyway,
we
moving
don't know
on.
how
We're going to have
relations
this,
work. Mom,
this
dad.
art-
We don't know.
Right.
Like uncle-nephew counts.
Right.
Yes.
Because that's a direct lineage.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Which I forgot about the Sheik, the original Sheik. But we'll get to that.
of course,
with Sabu.
Of course we will. In a minute, right?
Go ahead.
In a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. More on that in a minute. Go ahead. Start picking. I'm excited.
All right. So Pat's picking, I'm writing, and this guy is giving us analysis.
I'll try my best. All right.
First one in, Hector Guerrero.
Hector Guerrero, I believe, second-generation wrestler. His father is Chavo Sr., I think, or maybe not.
Eddie's brother.
If you would have that Wikipedia list up that we sent you 3 weeks ago, you'd be able to read all these right off the bat.
And then he was arguing with us last night about a few of them.
Right. Hector's going to face...
It gets difficult with the Guerreros because
It's like
Eddie
hearts, there's so
and
many of them.
Chavo Jr. grew up like brothers. Eddie and Chavo Jr. grew up like brothers, but Eddie is Chavo Jr.'s uncle.
So we could also...
Eddie and Chavo Sr. are brothers. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So we could also put him in his Lasertron as well.
Oh, God. I guess. We could have put in the gobbledygooker, couldn't we?
Yeah, all right.
As a second generation.
Going on.
All right.
Next one, he's facing Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel, the third generation wrestler.
Yes.
Son of the late Mr. Perfect. Grandson of Larry the Axe. And he looks like Ben Roethlisberger.
He does. All right, keep these picks going because this is going to be an
gonna take
hour and a half
forever,
itself.
All right. Roman Reigns. I don't know if I did that right.
My son's favorite wrestler. Son of the Wild Samoan Sika.
Sika.
This is going to be you guys' show. I'm just writing.
It's Randy Orton, the Viper.
This is actually a match that happens week after week.
Yeah, sorry.
The Viper, the Legend Killer, third generation. Son of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and grandson of Cowboy Bob.
All right, next up, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
All right, not Ted DiBiase Jr. I want to be clear because they may have both made their way in
That's why
there.
I said the $1 Million Man.
Okay, the $1 Million Man. All right, son of Iron Mike DiBiase. I think his mom was a wrestler too.
Yes.
I would love to see him face his son right now.
Lacey Von Erich. She made it in.
Oh, awesome. So, yeah, by the way, everybody, this is intergender tournament. There are going to be men and women. We forgot to mention that.
Good call. Drop the ball on that.
We dropped the ball.
Lacey Von Erich, son of one of my absolute favorite wrestlers, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. Her daughter. I apologize.
That's like
daughter.
what happened.
Yeah. So, there's about 10 to 12 women in this as well? About...
Yeah. There are 64 people in this tournament. It's 52 to 10. Unfortunately, there are not a lot of second and third generation winners.
There's 64 people in the tournament.
Yes.
It's 52 to 10. So two were...
54. Did I say 50? 54 to 10. 54 to 10. I'm going to go back and listen to this and see what I said.
Basically, stick with English. Yeah. All right. Next up, Barry Windham.
Oh, my gosh. Another one of my favorite Texas wrestlers. Son of Blackjack Mulligan.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my picks I hope it goes far. I've always loved Wyndham.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy. When we met him down by Pat's house a couple years ago, he's a great guy.
He really is.
He's fighting Terry Funk. Nice.
Oh, wow.
That's
Battle of
a good match.
Texans. Terry Funk.
That's a good match.
Son of Dory Funk Sr., one of the original hardcore wrestlers.
Yeah. Still kicking. Still in the
A lot of Texas people in this thing.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Wow. Family member of yours, Pat. Yes. Macho Man. He played minor league baseball, I think, for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes.
Son of Angelo Poffo, who holds the Guinness Book of World Records for most consecutive sit-ups, well over 3,000.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Ricky Morton.
This is what I had to fight to get in because he just would not give it to me.
This is ridiculous. I'm like,
it's
how
not.
is Ricky Morton a second-generation wrestler? Pat says his dad was a referee.
He was in the
That's
business.
not a wrestler.
He's in the business.
He's in
Whatever.
the business.
All right, Ricky Morton. Nothing against Ricky Morton. I love the Rock and Roll Express. I was always a big Midnight Express fan, but whatever. All right, he's in. He's in. Ricky Morton, son of some referee.
Son of a bitch.
He made it on the Wikipedia list, so that's all that matters.
All right, next.
Tully Blanchard. Nice.
A lot of people from Texas. They breed a lot in Texas, I guess.
Yeah, because that's the only place they breed. We don't breed in PA.
Son of Joe Blanchard. Tully Blanchard, one of the original Four Horsemen.
That's it. Nothing
That's
else.
it. That's it. Didn't have a
You
daughter.
can go on for hours about Tully Blanchard, but we don't have a lot of time.
Greg Valentine.
The Hammer, son of Johnny Valentine, former, well, I think the very first guy to hold the Intercontinental and United States Championships.
Nice.
Both, secondary titles in the major promotions.
Brian Pillman Jr.
Obviously the son of the late Brian Pillman.
Looks like a spitting image of him, too.
Absolutely, yeah. We saw a clip of him at IWC.
Imagine.
Imagine, I'm sorry, absolutely at Imagine, yes. I've watched some clips of him on YouTube. Very talented young guy.
Next.
Mella's money.
Carmella, her dad, little known fact, did jobs. He was enhancement talent.
He did jobs?
I thought you meant like
Just jobs.
Yeah.
No.
I do a job.
he was an electrician. He was a plumber. He was
Electrician.
I never.
He is most known for getting absolutely carved up by El Jefe, Razor Ramon, on TV.
Pat just keeps straightening stuff up. Like I'm not writing it down. Like he's making this whole. Just throw him down.
No, I don't want to lose
Here we
it.
go, Pat. Keep it moving.
Keep it rolling. All right. Brian Christopher, too sexy.
Yeah, sadly, we just lost Brian Christopher, the son of Jerry Lawler. Even though they had a shtick where Lawler continued to deny it for whatever reason, never quite got to the end of that story. But you guys remember Lawler always denied Brian Christopher was his son. Anyway, second generation wrestler.
Goldust.
Goldust. By the way, let me tell you about AEW last night. I'm just kidding. Goldust. He's on AEW
Reach for
now.
the computer.
Son of a plumber, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Nice.
Just a looking man. The Rock.
All right, there he is. Enough said.
There he is. We talked about him earlier. Third generation wrestler
I think
without
second.
his dad really being a second generation wrestler.
His grandfather he made it. Peter Maivia. Anyway.
They're not. Oh, I thought you
Done.
meant-
Done.
sorry. Go ahead.
Jacques Rougeau.
All right, again.
Jacques Rougeau.
Yeah, I think that one, I don't know.
His father was a wrestler. His father was also a boxer.
Golden gloves. Yeah.
Golden gloves. They're all golden gloves.
Bare knuckles. Fighter of many.
David Von Erich.
Oh.
Another one of the Von Erichs. One of my favorites. I love the Von Erichs. David was poised to beat Ric Flair for the NWA Championship. Unfortunately, we all know how that ended. But good to see David Von Erich in this match, in this tournament.
Jay Uso.
Oh, my favorite current tag team. Jay Uso, one of the twin boys of Rikishi.
I thought you were going to say your favorite Uso. Which one is your favorite Uso?
Uso.
I don't know, man. That's hard. They're identical. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both very good. Alberto Del Rio.
Comes from Mil Mascar, or not? No, is it Mil Mascaris or he's somebody's nephew? I feel was it Rey Mysterio's nephew?
Yes.
He's somebody's nephew.
No, he's not Rey Mysterio.
No, he's not raised. I think he's...
Was it Mil Mascaris'
Yeah.
nephew? I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Cody Hall.
Whatever.
Whatever. This is the son of the bad guy.
Yeah, but he's just wrestling in New Japan doing...
Ocho.
Yeah.
Right.
Razor Ramon's son.
We had another one to come in. We got it nixed. We were really pissing him off at the bar.
It was fun.
I fought hard for David Von Erich and Cody Hall because of David's legacy that he was about to have. And Cody, you guys should watch some Cody Hall. That documentary on Scott Hall, he's young and he's green. Since then, he's a Randy Orton type of wrestler. The look, the style. It's politics that he's not famous yet.
Politics.
Okay. Jimmy Uso.
What can you say? Jay's brother
No,
and
the twins.
Rikishi's other twin boy.
Chris Candido.
We got a special guest on the show, Pat, huh?
That's my son up the steps. Can't keep quiet.
Chris Candido. We talked about this yesterday. I asked you guys how he's a second generation wrestler, so
He made the list.
help me out. Obviously, he made the list. I don't know who his family is, though.
He was married to Tammy Sitch.
Okay, that's not how generations work. But anyway,
It's
okay.
good enough. Stop putting that that far away. Just put the damn numbers down or the names down. This is
Teach my son some language.
Yeah. Welcome to Can Crushers, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Jake
Jake the Snake Roberts.
His father shot him. Aurelian Smith Sr. Jake the Snake, real name Aurelian Smith Jr., had a pretty rough go of it early in life. That is a true story. His dad shot him.
Against Nick Bockwinkel.
Nick Bockwinkel's father goes back, I want to say wrestled in the 40s, maybe the 50s. And they overlapped a little bit, and I believe they teamed up. Nick Bockwinkel, probably the greatest AWA world champion.
So where we leave off? Nick Bockwinkel, Lanny Poffo.
Brother of the Macho Man, son of Angelo Poffo. Teamed up with his brother in their dad's territory and was great as a genius.
Rikishi.
Wrote beautiful poems.
Rikishi.
He's in this with his sons. I don't believe Rikishi's father was a wrestler, but his uncles, Afa and Sika, were the Wild Samoans, so that makes him a second generation.
Tonga Kid.
Tonga Kid, also from that same lineage. Afa and Sika are his uncles.
Dean Malenko, the Iceman.
Son of Boris Malenko. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Boris Malenko, but Dean Malenko, awesome worker in the ring.
Best Texas cloverleaf out there.
Yes.
Yep.
Raymond-
Boris trained some of the guys we've talked to. Anyway,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Raymond Rougeau.
Raymond Rougeau, Jacques' brother,
Rougeau
punched
brothers.
the Dynamite Kid in the mouth and knocked his teeth out.
Jeff Jarrett.
The son of promoter and I believe wrestler Jerry Jarrett.
Correct. Pat's hiding them from me. Like, I can't see them before you do.
I wanted to be a surprise until the last possible moment.
Or the people on the podcast can see them already.
I don't want anybody seeing this. Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin. This is interesting. They were billed as brothers, Jimmy and Ronnie Garvin. They're actually stepfather and stepson. If I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
Ronnie
they are.
Garvin married Jimmy's mom and adopted him. If I understand the relationship.
Yeah,
They're
I was
definitely
looking at it
fun.
this morning because I was questioning it a little bit, but yeah. Stepfather.
Stepfather, stepson. Yep.
Yeah. Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, wow.
Not to be confused with the $1 Million Man.
You know, it's interesting you pulled DiBiase Jr. His dad, Ted DiBiase, is Iron Mike DiBiase's stepson as well. Same scenario. Iron Mike married Ted DiBiase's mother and adopted him as a son. Anyway, Ted DiBiase Jr., the $1 Million Man's son.
Charlotte. Woo!
What can you say about Charlotte? Holy cow, she's Ric Flair's daughter. Flair believes that she's better than he ever was. I might even agree with that. I think she's pretty awesome.
She's going to have 16 titles next year.
Yeah.
6 months.
That's WWE's fault.
Road
Yeah.
Dogg.
Part of the Armstrong family. James is actually their real last name.
Doink.
Matt Bourne. Doink.
Matt Bourne. Don't put him in as Doink. Matt Bourne is an awesome wrestler. His stuff with Ted DiBiase and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. But what can you say? I mean, the guy eventually he sold out and became Doink, and yet still fiercely defends wrestling. And I can go on about the whole Doink thing. Next.
Tamina.
Tamina Snuka. So much potential, maybe unrealized. Anyway,
actually-
her dad is... Go ahead.
We actually know one of the Doinks that played a
We
Doink.
do.
Yeah.
Of all the Doinks, we do know one of them.
Right.
She's the daughter of the late Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Okay. Teddy Hart.
Teddy Hart is not actually a Hart. He's a Hart on his mother's side. He took his mother's maiden name, but he is obviously the nephew of Brett and Owen and the grandson of Stu.
A little MLW.
Yes. I guess Yokozuna. A lot of weight there.
Dag. Yokozuna, I mean, that's just a mismatch. He's got like 350 pounds on poor
If
Teddy.
not more.
Yeah.
In about 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
Years,
got
bro.
Owen's nephew against Owen's tag team partner. How about that?
Yeah.
Yokozuna, nephew of Afa and Sika.
Lige Cheat and Steal, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero.
Probably the best out of the Guerreros.
Yeah.
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 You can't
And
say
again,
it. Go ahead.
Chavo Jr.'s his nephew. Chavo Sr.'s his brother. Their dad's name eludes me right now. I'm so sorry, Can Crushers.
Against Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. That'd be a good match.
Yeah, that'd be a great match. Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. What else is there to say? Son of Larry the Axe. Teamed up with his dad. Got his head busted open by the Road Warriors.
Sabu's next.
Sabu. I forgot this guy was a second-generation wrestler. He is the nephew of the original Sheik.
Wow, this is a mismatch.
Rock and Robin.
Oh, wow. Rock and Robin, little known fact, maybe you guys know, don't know. She is Jake the Snake Roberts' sister.
I thought it was like stepsister
and therefore,
or sister.
Half-sister. They have the same dad. I believe, different moms. Her father was Aurelian Smith Sr.
All right, next up, Samu.
Samu, another guy from the Samoan lineage. The son of Afa the Wild Samoan, obviously then the nephew of Sika. Teamed up with the Wild Samoans. They did a little Freebird rule there for a while.
Bo Dallas, Bo Leave.
Bo Dallas, I'm sure his taxes are always paid up every tax season. The son of Erwin R. Shyster, the nephew of Barry Windham. And obviously the grandson of
Blackjack Mulligan.
Blackjack Mulligan. Thank you, Pat.
Gets hot stuff Eddie Gilbert.
No.
Eddie?
You forgot Greg Gagne.
I'm sorry.
One job. That's all he's got.
Okay.
All right, Greg Gagne?
Greg Gagne. I did a spoiler.
Vern's golden boy, but we never put the world title on him. Trusted him with everything else, but not the big one.
Against Eddie Gilbert.
Gets hot stuff.
Against Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert. Was it Doug Gilbert's his father?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had a brother, but his brother didn't really do much.
Yeah, correct.
Hitman, John's favorite wrestler.
Oh, wow. What can you say? Stu Hart's favorite son, probably.
Stop it.
All right. Sorry.
Gets Brad Armstrong.
It's none of my business. Brad Armstrong, another member of the James family. Mm-hmm. Brother of the Road Dogg, Jesse James. The Bullet Bob was her dad, right?
Yes. Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Chavo Jr., I know without a doubt, is Chavo Sr.'s son. That is one relationship I know for sure.
Eddie Guerrero's nephew, maybe?
Right.
Eddie's nephew, yep. But they grew up like brothers.
Kevin Von Erich.
This is a hell of a match.
That would be a good match.
So this is Chavo Jr. against Kevin Von Erich.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Kevin, another, unfortunately, the lone surviving brother of the Von Erich brothers. They were awesome.
Yes,
just watch their stuff
family.
against the Freebirds. They were so good. Well, by the way, real quickly, we didn't go bananas with the Von Erichs. I even had Mike and Chris, and Mark was like, "Look, we got to draw a line."
You could put a million hearts in
because
there.
we could put every heart in as well.
Yeah,
right.
Not
And
every
the younger
heart
guys,
made it.
the younger boys didn't do what the older three did. To be perfectly honest, yeah.
All right, next up, Cowboy Bob Orton.
Cowboy Bob Orton, technically junior, but he never used the junior in WWF.
No,
it's all right. Randy's father and Cowboy Bob Sr.'s son, the originator of the Superplex.
Gets Amy Hennig.
Amy Hennig.
Mismatch because Cowboy Bob's had that injured arm for years.
Yeah, Amy's going to go to work on it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
You guys recognize the last name. I know nothing about her, and I'm not going to lie. We were desperate to kind of not make this as much of a men's tournament as possible and get some different women in there. I don't know anything about her other than she looks like exactly like her father.
She does look exactly like her father. I searched it up, and
Tessa.
Nice.
Tessa Blanchard. This is in the category of Charlotte. When you argue who's better, the daughter or the father, you can make an argument here. Tully Blanchard was a technician. Tessa's amazing. She's awesome in the ring.
This is going to be a tough one. Her opponent's Natalia.
Wow.
First all-women's match.
All right. That's great. So the others have been intergender. This is good.
That'd
Natty,
be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Legit
hell of a match.
Yeah, for sure. And it should happen.
I wish
Hopefully
they could.
someday it does.
Yeah,
Natty's third generation. Her father was Jim the Anvil Neidhart, grandfather Stu Hart. Jim the Anvil, not a second generation wrestler. We explained how that works earlier. I'm not repeating myself.
Anyway, Baby Doll.
Oh, wow, Baby Doll.
Pat,
can you say?
he's reading these off. Oh, wait, baby doll. Like, he's not excited about anybody in this tournament.
I'm sorry. I'm excited about Baby Doll.
I'm excited for all of us. All of my. Oh, right. I'm excited for all of us.
I mean, you sound a little more excited.
I know Baby Doll's father was a promoter. And she got the name because she was a little girl walking around the locker rooms and the wrestlers and the managers and everybody.
So just because he's a promoter, did he ever wrestle?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
All of a sudden, a referee's not allowed.
Yeah, promoter's allowed.
Promoter's allowed, though.
No, promoter's not allowed. I don't know if he wrestled or not. I honestly don't know.
All right.
Her real last name is Roberts.
No, what I read on her, like, they didn't want her to be associated with wrestling, and she just got sucked into it. And she just loved it. So
she was backstage a lot, and then she was a little girl, and they called her Baby Doll, and then she took that as her wrestling name.
Yep.
But she was more of a valet, so she's not a wrestler, nor was her dad a wrestler. Anyway, here she is.
Against Harry Smith.
Harry Smith. Oh, dag. This is going to get brutal.
Mismatch.
Harry Smith is the British Bulldog's son, and he is built every bit like his dad. He is a powerhouse.
Working over MLW right now.
Owen Hart, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Moving on. What else? You can go on and on about Owen. Brett's brother, Stu's son, but definitely his own guy. He was awesome.
Damn!
Dory Funk Jr.
Owen against Dory Jr.?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, wow. Dory Funk Jr. One of the Funk brothers. They raised hell. Both NWA World Champions.
All right, next up, one of the guys that's changed in wrestling today, Cody Rhodes.
Excellent. Cody Rhodes. Let me tell you about AEW last night.
No.
Cody Rhodes. No.
Wow, this match
Oh,
is
wow. I'm excited for this. Kerry Von Erich.
Oh, man.
probably my match of the tournament right now.
I'm torn.
This is crazy. I just read an article about Kevin Von Erich talking about the Rhodes brothers that you guys posted on Can Crushers, and he says the Rhodes and Von Erichs never crossed paths all that much because they were both good guys.
Yes.
It's a dream match only brought to you by Can Crushers. Cody Rhodes against you, Kevin or Kerry, did you say?
Kerry.
Kerry.
Come on, get it straight.
You are
Cody
so
Rhodes
excited
and
for this.
Kerry Von Erich.
Dropping it.
Either one would be great. This is amazing.
No, I'd rather have Kerry in there.
No.
This is awesome. Wow. I'm so pumped.
At least it wasn't Mike. Such an ass. Bray Wyatt. This last match is probably the most demonic match. Whatever.
Demented?
Yeah.
Demonic?
Yes, all those.
All right.
Matt, you have Bray Wyatt against
Same deal.
against Luna
Same deal
Vachon.
as. Oh,
that'd be a
wow.
great
Yeah,
one.
that is demonic. Bray Wyatt, same deal as Bo Dallas. Mike Rotunda's son, Barry Windham's nephew, Blackjack Mulligan's grandson. Luna Vachon, adopted daughter of Butcher Paul Vachon. She was a great, great manager and fun wrestler to watch during the Attitude Era. Absolutely psychotic. She and Bam Bam Bigelow together were gold. Don't sleep on her, man. She can raise some hell in this tournament.
And that rounds off the 64. You'll see the tournament. We never post a bracket online. We have the matches set. You'll see how it breaks down, and we'll have everything written up. It starts this Thursday. We ran through names. We're gonna wrap it up quick. But what do you guys? One of your favorites? We'll go with John first.
One of my favorites. There's just too many to choose.
All right,
Anybody with the last name. Anybody
Three.
with the last name Hart, Von Erich, or Rhodes, I'm pulling for in this one.
That's
like
You're asking
worse
for
than
those three names.
That's 30 people. All right, then any of my favorites or anybody from the lineage or a Funk or a Roberts there. Pat gets everybody else.
I get everybody else. I get, two people.
Pat wants anybody from the Deep South or Samoa to win.
Right.
I just want someone from the Noah family to win.
Right. No, I'm not going to pull punches. I'd like to see, and anytime I say mine, they actually get squashed, but I don't care. I'm still going to say it. I'd love to see Barry. Barry's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Or Tessa. I would love to see Tessa go deep in this. And I wouldn't mind if Charlotte gets knocked out in the first round.
Tully, Cody. Let's see. I mean, $1 Million Man. I'd like to see him go far, but we'll see.
think of the potential feuds, old feuds that could be rekindled.
Yes.
You could see Dustin Rhodes against Tully Blanchard or Cody Rhodes against Tully Blanchard.
Depending on the
you
bracket.
could see
Like I
depending
really,
on the bracket.
I
yeah.
don't know where I wrote them.
Right.
Just throw 'em down.
And I don't. Yeah, you could see Charlotte Flair against
Tessa.
Against Tessa. Yeah, or Tessa against Cody. The possibilities, they're unbelievable. This is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, it's gonna span, guys. If you don't know MCW fans, if you don't know the way this goes, you go on our Facebook page every morning at 9:00. There will be 2 pictures. Select the picture. Please don't comment.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Select the picture.
Feel free to comment. Feel free to comment. But don't say like my vote is for whomever. That doesn't count as your vote.
All you have to do is point on the picture, and it takes it in.
Just click it.
Yeah. This is going to run a while because we do 1 match a day, no breaks. Well, a break in between round, a couple days because somebody's got to write up the whole shtick about how the fights go and everything, and that's not me or you, Pat, because we are minors.
Yes.
So
English minors.
This is going to take us like to Survivor Series. This tournament, how long it's going to last?
fine.
Good.
Fine.
Yeah.
I love it. If this goes well with the 64, we can just expand. This is going to open the doors to so many other ones. Like, legit, we could have the best heart. That could be one that's pretty easily given. Or you could have the best Guerrero. That would be a quick one. But there's so much to do with this tournament. I'm excited that you brought it to the table, Pat. So this is your congratulations. This is all on you.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Pat. So we're calling this what? The Wrestling Legacy Tournament?
Yeah, Can Crushers Wrestling.
Can Crushers Wrestling Legacy
Paul will
Tournament.
jazz it up and change it
Yeah,
a few
Paul
times.
will change it 17 times every Wednesday.
Until SummerSlam, or until Survivor Series.
Until it's over.
Well, I tried to keep this one fairly simple. I didn't go for any fancy words or nuances. It's just called Wrestling Legacy, Paul. I made it 2 words for you, buddy.
It's still...
He's going to mash
He
it
can't
up.
read. He's like Bulk Nasty. He can't read either.
I guess.
So, all right, we're getting long. We're long-winded, and some people have to edit this and head back to the old homestead. So, guys, I want to thank you, Pat, one, for doing the MCW with me last night. English Professor, once again, for always coming on, giving us our analysis of who Jake Roberts is, because I didn't know.
Yeah. Aurelian Smith Jr.
Right?
On the details. It's always about the details with him.
So,
Glad I can help, guys.
yeah, so we'll catch you Wednesday when everybody has more to say about... You can talk about AEW then.
I will. Believe me, that's what I'm covering.
How about you watch some Evolve and Extreme Rules and maybe catch up on IWC as well, and then
All right.
Raw and SmackDown and NXT. I mean,
Got a lot of homework.
We got some homework this week.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. That's good, though.
Right. But none of us are trash. But remember, Pat, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Guys, see you Wednesday. Thanks again, and we're out.